Bring it, bitch!
What's up, Mod Squad? MOB back with another Division 2 build breakdown video, and today I am bringing you what I believe to be one of the best builds in PvP right now. And we are going off meta with the whole True Patriot thing. This is the anti-meta build. This is that build you want to put on when you want to avoid all the status effects, when you want to be able to face tank, do damage, and have great healing. This build pretty much has it all. I've also included something that I believe to be pretty broken in the game right now within this build.
Oh, it's disgusting.
I did expose this the other day. I'm not new to it. I know this has been around for a while. When I left PvP, this was a thing, and what annoyed me is when I came back, it still was a thing. It hasn't been patched. We've had several patched, but efficient and stacking it with the Firewall armor kit is still here. It's still ridiculously strong to the point where you're near enough invincible, and it's just cheesy, but a lot of you think it's fine, a lot of you think it's balanced, so I've thrown it in this build. You can run the Unbreakable, you can run a damage talent, it's totally up to you. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. With that said though, let's get on with the build. So like I said, we are running the Firewall Specialist, of course, for the armor kit. That is the main thing we're running it for. The second thing is we set people on fire when they break our armor, which is pretty nice, comes in clutch and can save your backside quite a lot, believe it or not. Now moving on to our primary weapon is the MG5. I love this gun, favorite LMG, love the fire rate, 800 RPM. We have 85 in a magazine, 15% LMG damage, 9% damage to targets out of cover, and then 6% damage to armor. And we are a hazard protection build, we are a tank build, but we are also a max crit chance build, so strained works perfectly on this build. When it comes to the attachments, we have 5% crit chance on the sight, we have 35 extra rounds on the laser pointer, we have 5% crit chance, and then on the muzzle we also have 5% crit chance. For the secondary, you can run whatever you like. I'm going to tell you to run the Pestilence because everybody's running it. It's a cheesy gun in the game at the moment. I do find hazard protection can dull down the effect of the Pestilence, but it's still very strong, especially if they get a lot of stacks on you. And being as everyone's able to run super tanky builds right now, it's not that hard to get stacks for the Pestilence. So I'd say run it. It's up to you, preference. When it comes to the sidearm, don't even worry about it. We're going to move straight into the build. So we're going to start off with our Jarl mask. I would like the Hollow Man, but I haven't got lucky enough yet. So we're going to kick the build off with this. We have 156k armor, 8.7% critical hit damage, 10% hazard protection. Now the aim is to get hazard protection on every piece at 10%. We can hit a max of 90% on this build. I'm around 80 currently. Within the gameplay, I'm around 80 or just below, and it's still very good. And because it's at 80 and the max you can get on this build is 90, if you wanted to, you could switch this to a 511 mask and change the gloves to some contractor gloves for some extra damage. Up to you guys, depends how you feel about how much hazard protection you want. 80% feels pretty decent to me. You're going to see that in the gameplay, but the max you can get on this build is 90, and yeah, 90% hazard protection works wonders, of course, with the amount of status effects that are in PvP right now. So yeah, 10% hazard protection. We have 5% critical hit chance via a mod. On our chest piece, which is a big deal, we have a Seska chest piece, give us 10% critical hit chance. And then we had the second piece that will give us 10% hazard protection. That's why we're running Seska, mainly for the hazard protection. We have 11.7% weapon damage, 4.8% critical hit chance, 9% status effect, which I would love to beat 10% hazard protection. That's one of the bad parts about this build. And I was trying this mod, bleed resistance, just to see how it boosts things, whether it makes a difference. But when it comes to mods, you could either run incoming repairs, because that's going to boost your armor kit and the amount of healing you get back, or you can run more resistance within your mods. But if you do reach the 90% cap, I don't honestly believe you need to run the extra resistant mods. But again, preference, it's up to you guys. Then when it comes to the talent, the dreaded efficient using an armor kit has 50% chance to not consume the armor kit. Specialization armor kit bonuses are increased by 100%. Just nutty. I've had people message me telling me that I'm cheating, that my health doesn't move, that I take no damage, and I can understand why they're mad, because obviously I'm fighting against it too, so I know how they feel. To me, it's broken, but to many others, for some reason, it's perfectly balanced. I'm not going to argue with people. It is what it is. The devs will make the decision on it. Anyway, moving on to the holster now. We have the second piece of Seska, 15% weapon damage, 8.5% hazard protection, 4.5% critical hit chance. Our backpack, which is not too bad at 133k, we have 3.8 crit chance, pretty low roll, and then we have 10% hazard protection, which is most important, 17.3% incoming repairs. Then we have companion. Now currently I've been told and I've seen that damage talents on backpacks are not actually working at the moment. So yeah, this 15% that you're seeing for the talent isn't actually applying in the build, but they will fix this at some point, maybe, and when they do, we'll gain 15% extra damage, maybe, if they ever fix it. So yeah, if we do get 15% damage, it'd be damn nice, because we are still melting currently without it if it isn't working. That's the backpack. Onto the gloves. We have 132k armor, we have max crit chance at 6%, and then we have 8.8% hazard protection. We have the 511 knee pads, 145k armor, 5.6% crit chance, and then 8.6% hazard protection. Now, as you guys can see, I have barely max rolls on anything, so you guys can smash this build out the park. You can mid max it out and it will be incredible. Even without all the max rolls, it still performs really well. I feel so strong with this build. It's actually laughable. It's actually laughable when you're going against True Patriot and you're going against those skill builds and they really think they got you. But with this build, they don't even know what's going to hit them. But that is pretty much the build. When it comes to the skills around the Seeker Mines, just because it helps me find where the players are, you can run a pulse, but the cooldown is rather long. So I use the Seeker Mines because you drop them down and you just, while you're running, just keep tapping the bumper and it'll auto lock onto people that are around you. It just helps me find people. And then of course we are running the Defender drone. I'll quickly go over the mods on that. We have 6.2% duration, we have 9.2% health, and then we have 6.4% armor repair. That's if I run it as a fixer drone, but I'm not running it as a Defender drone. and that pairs up nicely with the crazy heals that we get from Efficient and the armor kit. And you're going to see in the gameplay again, we're just going to tank tons of damage. We're going to have people focus fire on us, and we're just going to stand there and suck it all up like it's nothing, because face tanking 3 people is totally normal in this game, right? It's totally balanced. But anyway, moving on to the stat sheet right now, and we're going to go over the main stats that are important, like the 60% crit chance, which is really important because that's going to give us our damage. That paired with strained, the actual crit damage on the build doesn't matter. We have one roll on there, and that's not supposed to be on there. We're supposed to have hazard protection in its place, so we're missing out on 10%. We would be around 90%, but we are currently around 80%. Which is not too bad. You'll see this in the gameplay. You take 1 or 2 clicks from the skill damage and you're fine. It just wipes straight off, and I believe the next time it tries to apply it, you're immune. Headshot damage is 85%. Armor damage is 6%. That could be higher if you run this version with the contractor gloves. We're currently running a 4 blue 2 red. You could go for a 3 blue 3 red, which is a pretty nice balanced build. It's preference, guys. Moving on to other stats, we have no health damage, range is 30 meters, reload is a pain in the backside. I suggest you just switch your weapons, don't even bother reloading. All weapon damage bonus 32.3%, we have 30% LMG damage. These are the talents and the brand stats we are currently running. When it comes to defense stats, we have 1.3 million armor, even though it says 1.4. We have 307k max health, which really doesn't matter. All that matters is you get that, efficient armor kit going off, and you'll get all the health in the world. Now we have 52.9% incoming repairs. If you ran RNK on this build, that will go up to around the 70% plus mark. We have 78.9% hazard protection. Again, we can get around 90 plus maxed out with max rolls. If you want to run the contractor gloves, you will be sitting around 80% or just past it. So again, preference if you want more damage. I'm just trying to showcase how much survivability this build has got and how much damage it can put out with, minimal reds. So we're sitting at 2 reds. We could go for 1 more red and some extra armor damage from contractor gloves. But, we still putting out damage, we still melting. So that is pretty much it, guys. If you want to spec into more resistance, you could use or change the mods. The mods are currently all incoming repairs. I'll show you real quick. So I changed out my mod, which was a bleed mod. I put 19.6% incoming repairs. On my bag is also 18.3%. Pretty nice mods. You could switch these out for fire resistance or bleed resistance if those status effects are really bugging you, or you can just keep it as incoming repairs. All preference, because these builds are blueprints, they're templates. This is not for you to copy and paste. This is an idea for you guys to see and go, do you know what, I like that, but I want to change something. I like that, but I want to make it better. So for those of you who go in my comments and mock people for watching build videos from YouTubers, you honestly need to grow the fuck up, because we're out here trying to help people and share ideas, and that's all there is to it. So respect it. Anyway, guys, that is it for the build. I appreciate you dropping by. Don't forget to smash that like button to help support the channel. Subscribe if you're new for lots more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Mob Squad.